I'm Johnny from Expert Boxing. Today I'm going to review the Ring2Cage C-17 2.0 version. So Ring2Cage, I know about this company. Like, it's crazy how fast time flies. I've been using them for over 10 years, and I don't like any of their other models. I think Ring2Cage just rips off different boxing gloves all the time. That's all they do, and I think they're shameless ripoffs. However, their C-17s are pretty good. It is a very respectable copy for a very respectable price. So let me just show you, look at the similarities. You got the big back, right? Big back of the hand. Then you see the small strip on the wrist and then the big strip on the wrist. I'm gonna turn it palm side for you. And look at the font of the 16 ounce. This is the same place. The stitching is like the same, okay? Now where it's not the same, look at the thumb. Okay, Ring2Cage has a big flappy thumb, and Winning has like a thinner, more anatomical human thumb. So the Winning thumb is gonna be more comfortable for sure. It's not a big deal, man. In the heat of the fight, you're not gonna notice. You're not gonna really care about it, okay? As you can see, the Winning is like a little more rolled up. So it's more of a fist, where Ring2Cage, you have to put a little more squeeze. It's not a big deal for me. The leather quality, Ring2Cage is not, the leather is not as good as Winning, but it is durable. It's totally durable enough. It's fine. And then also, the other difference is that the inside lining is not as smooth and soft as Winning. I'm sorry, it's not as smooth as Winning. So Winning inside lining, and I think Winning has the best inside lining of any boxing glove because it's so easy to pull your hands in and out, right? Ring2Cage inside lining has a lot of grip. Like, I think it's, you know, these gloves aren't made as fancy. So, but these gloves, the inside lining is a little rough. And I think if you have sensitive hands, your skin is sensitive, or when it's wet, it's fragile, like you blister easily, I think Ring2Cage could blister your hands. I had one problem once where it was like blistering the edge, this middle knuckle of my pinky, but it never happened again. But the protection wise, I really love Ring2Cage. And I want to show you again. For anybody who's curious, if anybody wanted to argue with me that Ring2Cage was more protective than Winning, I wouldn't argue with it because the padding is a little thicker. There's more padding. You can see it's a bulkier glove, and it's a little denser. So I think it does give maybe a little more protection on the bag, and it's still soft enough for sparring, totally soft enough for sparring. And the leather quality is totally doable. It's not like the absolute cheap Pakistan leather. So it's totally fine. These used to be $100, now they're $120 US. It's still a bargain compared to, you know, $300, $400 for Winning. It's a very respectable clone, and I really enjoyed my Ring2Cage. You know, I wasn't expecting them to be that good, but they are. Does it feel like Winning? Absolutely not. Does not feel like Winning. You can feel that it's a different glove. It has a little more bulk. Also, the grip bar is thicker. There's more of like the roll of quarters, whereas the Winning roll of quarters is thinner. You may prefer Winning if you wrap your hands a lot or something, okay? But if you wrap your hands very lightly, maybe you'll prefer Ring2Cage. Ring2Cage will maybe have a little more support in that sense. The wrist support is good. The lace is fine. The quality is fine. Stitching is fine. Stitching is totally fine. In case people wonder, like, their stitching was good. And actually, these gloves I had for maybe a year and a half now. I think about a year and a half or so. They held up just fine. So let's try it on a heavy bag. A couple shots. Ice! 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 Okay? Feels nice. Feels great. I think for the $120 range, even the $150 range, I think these might be the best gloves in that $120, $150 range. If you want the best low-budget gloves but high performance, Ring2Cage is it. I really think they're the best cheap gloves, and they've held up. They've looked good, and you know, I read some some posts by the original maker, and he was saying like they really worked really hard. They made different revisions. They were testing to really make a respectable but affordable Winning clone. I think they've hit it right on the button. Good job, you guys. I'm a very tough critic, and these totally hold up. Are there any other critiques I have? Other than that, the inside lining could be a little blistery. I would say maybe some people don't like the feel. Maybe they prefer more of the Winning cushiony vibe. This does have a little more of a thicker padding, just slightly more. But really, I think it's so doable. I think these gloves will last you a long time. They're a great deal for the money. And I'll probably also release a written review guide, maybe at the same time that this video comes out. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel, Expert Boxing, on YouTube. Also check out my website, expertboxing.com. Once again, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching.